Wait, so as soon as the dog barked, you said it was like instant mommy, dog mommy look. Like, don't play with me look.
Because they're so annoying. Love them to death, but they're so annoying.
You gave them the look I give my kids when we're in public. Like, don't you better not.
That's
What's up,
funny.
sis? You look
Hey,
so pretty. I
mommy.
love the background. It's cute.
Want to do something different. Nothing fantastic.
I love it. You know I love it. So, what's up? Give me some. How was your day? Like, what's good with your day?
It was productive.
That's
Literally.
always good.
It was
That's a
productive.
good
You
thing.
see how comfy I am. Yeah, it was super productive. How about yours?
I don't want to say it was productive. I don't think it was productive.
Let's hear
Um,
it.
no, it wasn't productive. I didn't get any work done, literally. But okay, so that's the business side. The mommy side, I took the kids to the dentist this morning before school.
Check.
And
Hmm.
then I food shopping,
Check.
check mark. Um, and then took a nap. Check. Okay. Boom.
Self-care. Boom.
Self-care. And so I can't tell you that I was productive at all with my business, and it does start to irritate me when I can't get something done. Like because I already feel like I'm behind, and so
Hmm.
when I schedule to go to the coffee shop or whatever, and I'm gonna do this, and that, and it doesn't happen, it gets under my skin. But
Yeah.
but I'm a mom too, so I have to do certain things, you know? I just
All of that. Mom, wife,
yeah,
boss,
yeah, yeah,
and
and
8 to 9 hours. Well, it doesn't end.
more
It
no,
doesn't end. Yeah, it doesn't end.
mm-mm, nope, it doesn't end. But it's rewarding at the same time. But it's definitely like when you're trying to do something like a business, you have to be all there mentally, and sometimes it's just the mental. You're exhausted mentally, and you just can't create. It's like this, but it's different. Like when you have a 9 to 5, it's created for you. It's not saying that's not hard, but it's
Right.
the process is created for you. You know what you
Hmm.
need to do. You have your,
With the
job
clear
description
expectations most of the time.
most
But,
of the time, right? And you have your job description.
hmm,
When you're a boss and yourself, you're trying to figure those things out, and you wear all the
everything's your
hats,
job description.
everything, everything,
Everything.
and
Exactly.
it's just like, okay, well, I didn't get anything done today, but tomorrow, I'm also having a problem like with this gym thing. So I am going to the gym, but I told you
Hmm.
like it makes me sleepy. Like it
No,
doesn't
that's good. That's good for your body because it can help regulate your sleep cycle if you
right,
don't
but if
have
I
a
do it,
steady sleep cycle.
but if I do it in the morning like I do now, because of I drop the kids off and I go straight there, like there's no excuse, right? But then
Hmm.
I'm tired after because it does make me sleepy. So it's hard for me to get work done because now I'm like this, and you know what I
Oh, I
mean? Like,
see.
so now I have to switch it and go. I feel like going that in the evening would be better for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
However,
Uh-oh.
evening is popping. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do.
So I'm like, I didn't have a problem before with this because I was working out at home, but now that I'm in a gym,
Yeah.
it's different. Just different. So I just got to figure my life out. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But
We had a lot of juicy topics we were kind of going over,
hmm
and there's so many.
yeah.
There's so many. Which one are we going to focus on this evening? Because there was so many that I was like, hmm, which one do I want to do this evening, though?
It's the live for you. Remember
Hmm?
the live for you. Live for you boss moves to live for you. Like, create your life and live
No, no, no. Yeah, no,
your
no.
life.
I know that was the main focus, but I was saying I was all over the place because I kept thinking like there was so much juicy stuff that in my brain I couldn't like narrow it down.
I
So what
know.
do you do to put you first? What do you
Wow, that's
try
so
to do
hard.
and
That's
what
so hard.
works?
Um, wow. That's hard. That's hard when you think about it because you're always doing for everyone else. But I would say, I think the first thing I had to do was write it down. Like, I'm a big writer. Like, I like to write. Okay. And when I see it, I'm visual. So when I see it on paper, it makes sense to me. It's like alive or something. It's really weird. But so I think writing down the things that I want to do for me or the things that I aspire to do or maybe my dreams, or my goals, that's the
Hmm.
first step for me is to get clear on what I want to do. Like, what is it for me? What do I get out of doing this, and that? Like, how do I feel joy out of something? Because I think what you have to do is you have to like put yourself on a priority list, and that's not easy, you know.
Right. Yeah, because it
But you
feels
have,
like when you give more to yourself, you're taking away from the family and other responsibilities.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you feel
I felt.
selfish. You start to feel
Hmm.
selfish a little bit too. You're like, but wait, everybody else has something nice to wear, and every time I go to the store, I don't get anything for me. So now I look like, you know what I'm saying? I look homely, and everybody else is cute in the house, and I'm like, but I don't have any clothes because I didn't get anything for
Hmm.
me. But when you
Right.
go get something for you, then you're like, but I didn't get them
Dang.
anything. Yeah,
Hmm. Or somebody always needs something. It
all the
it comes
time.
down to needs versus wants, you know?
It
So
does.
they
It's that
need
mom
this.
guilt thing.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do literally? I started with food because I love to eat, me and
Mm-hmm.
portions.
Yeah, you do.
So I would start with enjoying a good meal
Yeah.
to myself
Mm.
without anybody asking me for something, interrupting me, looking at me, breathing near me,
Yes.
all that stuff. So
Yes.
that was the first step. And that's guilt free because you have to eat. So your brain psychologically is like, you're allowed to eat. So you can't, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I started with food and I literally became like a whole foodie because now I would seek out like little mom and pops off the path, little spots,
Mm.
little hidden gems in different
Yeah.
towns and counties, and just kind of go around and try different foods, like different ethnic foods. And so that was a start for me. And then it was when I decided to put my foot down, then I just decide whatever I'm doing,
Hmm.
I'm going to keep going,
Yeah.
whatever that is, because it was important for me to develop a cutoff. And I could never have a balanced cutoff because I was constantly business, business, working a full time business.
Yeah.
Oh, so I felt like, you know what? I need to force myself to a like a cutoff point where I just don't
Yeah.
do anything. And that is a part of
Yeah.
my self-care.
So a break and
I need to sit
resting.
down somewhere. Yeah, yeah. I need to
That's
calm.
huge.
You're thinking about so much, Look recently, what logos, labels, bottles,
Everything.
shipping issues,
Marketing.
all of that.
Marketing.
Like,
Posting. Taking the best
right,
picture. What am I gonna say
right,
about this picture? Oh God, it's so much.
right.
Oh
It's constantly
yeah.
thinking. So
Yeah.
having just taking a minute and literally doing something as simple as clearing your mind and not thinking. We're not going to align our chakras because you think
No.
it's the
Ever.
devil's portal, but
It is his portal.
I
He.
think this simple meditation would be is
Okay.
freeing.
I
Can
can
you
do
do that
meditation.
and
I
not
can do
levitate off the
meditation.
chair? Like,
But hold on. But I'm telling you. Okay, okay, let's do this. Yo, I was freaked out so bad. I would never do it again. Ever, 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 ever.
but
No.
I think if people watch this and they see, like, people would chime in and say it's a gift that you have to control. So
Yeah.
it's uncontrollable right now, so that's scary. But
I
you're
felt like
hilarious.
Storm. Storm from what?
Think of
More
from X-Men. Think of it.
X-Men.
You can go
No,
anywhere and change the energy.
it's very true. And that's, look, look.
You don't have to do all of that like I was gonna do. Because I'm doing that. I
Yeah,
don't
because
care
you
what you
was like,
say. I'm all day. All day.
I can see you do it.
You call it special power what you want to call it. All day. I don't care what you talking about. all
So
day.
let me tell you something. And I had a friend at the time, and we're no longer friends because she lost her mind. But she was like, "You astral protected?" I was like, and I'm like this, yeah. And she's like, "I wish I could do that." I was like, "I'm hanging up." What do you mean? Like,
Exactly.
this was like the worst thing ever in my life. Okay, let's give some context. People are like, "What you talking about?" So
Right.
I tried the whole
Aligning your
lining
chakras.
situation,
Hmm.
and literally had an out of body experience. And I
However, it's because you're an empath,
yes,
okay,
absolutely,
and probably borderline sensitive with it.
very sensitive with
So
it. Yeah.
you're just open to once you clear up all that gunk in your chakras, you're like your own portal.
And
Now
that's and it's
it freaks
scary.
you out.
It's scary. I think what happened, because I told you my whole life, whatever. Okay, being a little girl freaked me out, but my grandmother was gifted like that. So she would tell me, no, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, blah, blah, blah. This is how you, whatever. So, but it always just naturally happened. So, but when I was doing that, I think it was more so like it wasn't naturally happening where I was actually making it happen.
Right.
And that's when it became extremely strong. And I was like, oh no, never again.
You're such
And
a
I'm scary. I was like,
That's funny.
no, ever again. And it's like, girl, I was scared to sleep. Like I got paralyzed. I couldn't like Larry be like, Mecca, you was I was like, like in my sleep, like I couldn't talk, I couldn't move. Only thing I could move was my fingers, and I would have to like scratch his, like wake me up because it was like doors everywhere, and it was like I was in a maze, and it was like this one red door, and something was like, if you open that door, it's over, like literally. No,
You're
no,
like,
I
so the
passed.
red door's not an option.
No,
I need to find my house again.
yeah, like
See,
wake me up.
and like I was telling you, like, so some people would consider that like nirvana. That would be like the ultimate point that you're trying to get to. But you have to, because of who you are, you have to somehow like take baby steps and space it out so that it's not overwhelming.
Yes.
Because I'm not lying. If I learn how to do this tonight, it's over.
No,
It's
it's gonna be so many people gonna wake
over.
up with ears and
That's
tails. You're gonna
right.
have
And a
people waking up
tail.
with ears and tails
Yup.
and fur. They're gonna wake
Yup.
up fur. See, no, that's why, and
They're gonna
that's
have
why you can't do it
they're gonna
because
have bunny
you're gonna.
bunny noses. You want people in your face? Bunny nose with pointy werewolf ears. Like, come on. You up here being scared, girl. You better harness that. Figure
You
it
would
out.
be, yo, you would be like,
Yeah, I'm out of control with
girl,
it. I'm
out
out of
of
control with it.
control. And I was like, no lie, it was like so much that the lights, they would, if I was mad, they would flicker, and the phone would hang up, and it was like, and you could hear. I was like, hold up, nope, I'm praying, I'm done, I'm sorry, God. I was like, I thought it was over. I'm not lying to you. And I was like, nope, God, you can take this back. Nope, I don't
See,
want
with
it.
the lights flickering, that's something that
That's
is
energy.
literally that's energy.
Yeah,
And to know that you can actually like harness that or you can collect it, I could see where it's a little scary. However,
a little.
if I could take my energy and make a light, I'm out of control with the pum pum. I'm pum pum. I'm pum. I'm out of control with the pum pum. If I have that, we already know. If I can do that, be waking up with bunny noses and dog ears. Um,
People will wake up as frogs. You have people like waking up in
yeah,
deserts, under the
yes.
water. I
Just
know.
like, where am I? Yeah. But if I could make lights flicker just due to energy, uh, you know how much fun I would have?
I know. That's why you can't do it because because you would be making a mess out here. It would be
What?
literally raining cats or dogs or something weird. You would freak everybody
You
out.
gotta
That's
have
what you would
fun with
do.
it. Gotta have fun with it. You
I
only
was
do it in
just
front of little
um,
kids because people rarely believe them. They're like, I saw a cat fall from the sky. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm sure you did, honey. Meanwhile, I'm over there, pew pew. Like, yeah.
pew pew. Oh man, that would be so funny. I know you be going. I'd be like,
But like,
girl,
seriously
she
though,
done did it
if
again.
you, I think as a part of self care,
Yeah.
if you were to start with something like the throat chakra or something that has nothing to do with here.
Nope. Chakra, Shaka Khan, none of that. Okay? Nothing with the sha. I'm not doing it. My throat, no, because I don't know what happened. And I'm scared. I'll be honest with
No,
you. I
because
don't
it's
mess
just,
with it.
oh my goodness.
She know I'm scary, y'all. She always know I was scary. When you used to sit down and watch some freaking paranormal activity shows, remember you used to watch it in the dark? I'm like, at night. I'm
Yes.
like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Not being scared, but go ahead.
Not being scared. And I was like, that freaked me out. So then when I got pregnant with Ariel, all of a sudden I had this urge to watch paranormal stuff. And I still watch it. And guess what? She loves it too. I don't know what that was about.
Yep, you be in there with the lights on.
Lights on in the daytime, but that's not the point. I'm watching it. The point is, I watch it,
Lights on in the daytime.
and everybody got to be
I,
home. Everybody got to be home when I
uh,
watch it, but that's not the point. That's not the point.
you're hilarious, and everybody's got to be home.
Everybody got to be home. I'm not watching by
Nah, you.
myself. Not even in the daytime. I'm not doing that. No, I will not. Uh-uh.
Let me
Uh-uh.
tell you, the little dog used to just, she's really quiet when she wants to be.
Mhm.
So she got off of my bed one time. I was in the bed watching one of these paranormal shows. It actually, I'm not going to say paranormal because that just makes me sound weird. I was watching a, based on
Haunted.
a true story
Yeah.
of that actually happened to a family, how their episode happened at their property and what they went through, right?
Yeah.
And the dog was laying next to me, and she at some point got up, and I was expecting her to come back, but then she hadn't come back for so long. I thought she went and got in her dog bed, so I didn't pay any mind. So I'm watching this, and apparently I was subconsciously creeped out by something, because when that dog came around the corner, she somehow walked past me in my bed and I didn't see her. She came up, so she entered the room through the right side. I
Okay.
never see her go around the bed. And then
Hmm.
from the left side of the bed, something literally just jumps on the bed. It's
I
her.
hope it was her. Okay. Okay. Whew.
When I tell you, I think I was already down my own hallway before I realized it was my own dog that I looked at and hit it. I hit it. What's so crazy is you know how the house is set up. When you leave my room, you go right to go to the front door. Bro, I ran left. I'm in the living room trapped with whatever I think it is. Like, come on. And here come the little dog around the corner afterwards, looking at me like, what you running for, weirdo? Yeah. So that's just the one
That's what
time that
you
I got,
did. That's what you
that's it, that I got caught out there.
did.
That I got caught out there. Now, and you know what you know why I got caught out there though? Let's keep it a buck. I only got caught out there
Damn
because
it.
I let my mind wander. Like if I had just
Oh,
sat there and
shoot.
continued to watch it instead of looking at my dark closet and then looking in the dark hallway, I was creating unnecessary energy in my own head that was like scary. And then it just
Yo, yeah.
manifests itself in the
Yo,
shape of that raggedy dog I got.
she jumped on the bed, girl. I would have been rolling. I promise you, because
And she's a
you,
jumper. She's a jumper. So it's like you saw when we first started filming. She's in my
yeah.
lap. She's a jumper,
Mm-hmm.
just all up in the
Jumped
business,
high
in your
too.
face.
Pretty high.
She's a Jack
Uh-huh.
Russell. She
Uh-uh.
jumps like 4 feet from a sitting position for no reason. Yeah,
Oh gosh,
it's
you had me
super
tearing.
annoying, but I
You
love
got me
dogs.
tearing. Yeah, you are
They're
the mother
amazing.
of dogs.
I love them.
Um,
They get on my nerves, but I love them.
You are the mother, okay, of Dork. The Dork Whisperer. Um, the Dorky Whisperer. But yeah, I think. Oh, girl, you have me
What
cheering.
about just simple meditation? Can you do
No,
that?
that's fine. No, that's fine. And
What
that's what
about
so
chanting?
nope.
Okay, let me say a different word. What about when I say chanting, I mean chanting a mantra. So now that puts it in perspective. Chanting sounds like you're sitting around a damn big pot of
Yeah,
boiling witch's
yeah,
brew,
right. No.
and you're putting
That's what
crow's
it
feet
sounds
in
like.
it. Like, no.
That's what it sounds like.
So the chant itself is literally a rhythm and words.
Mhm.
So, like we talked about in What's Love Got to Do with It? Everybody was like, what is Tina Turner doing when she would sit at that, what is called an altar, which on the flip side of things, people use an altar and associate it with things that are negative. It's not. The altar is the same thing that's at the church when you go up for communion and you go up to light the candles and you go.
Yeah.
So, right? So
Yep.
she was at the altar and she was chanting um, Numre
Yeah.
Hio, right? I,
Yep.
I would look to
Mhm.
my left because I actually have the book with it in there, and it's about 5 minutes long. That what she
The
was
book.
doing?
Oh,
No,
the
like
chant. Oh,
that
the
that
chant. I'm like 5 minutes
particular,
long. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that particular one like is long. It is a whole pamphlet. Um, and there's drums, like a drum involved, and you know the thing where they go dung. So it's that, but it's got like chimes on it. There's different,
Mhm.
and because air, energy, all this stuff affects energy, right?
Mhm.
So if you have something like that, which could also be a positive affirmation,
Mhm.
affirmations are what
Yeah.
people say that's a friendly word. So you can recite your mantras, which are those
Right.
affirmations,
Mhm.
and the purpose of it is to literally free your mind. So
Mhm.
you can only think of one thing while you're saying it, and
Mm.
that's what you want to focus on.
Mhm.
Me personally, I'm a beach person. I love beaches. So I always envision like the best beach ever, and I just focus on the color of the water, and I begin to imagine what it would feel like if I was in it. Is the water warm? Is it cold? Because all this matters to my sensory,
Yeah.
right? So that I
Mhm.
can really just immerse myself in it. And
Mhm.
I'm there. So when you get to the point where you can clear your mind, that means you don't hear anything in the background. You're not thinking something on top of another thought. That's the first step to just
Yeah.
calming your mind. And
Yeah.
like once you're able to calm your mind when you're ready. So it took me a long time to hear silence, literally meditating. And it reminds you of how busy our minds are, and how even though physically we give ourselves breaks, right? And
Mhm.
care for ourselves and self-care,
Yeah.
but like emotional well-being is our thoughts and how we feel, what
Yeah.
thoughts we put in and what we put out. So if you can calm that just for a minute, and then you can begin to control your breathing, because part
Mhm.
of that is slowing everything down. That's like meditation for me is literally coming to the red light when it's yellow.
Mhm.
You're just gonna slowly get into it until you're at a point where you're like, wow, this is so peaceful. And then you can be strong enough to do it anywhere. So you ever seen
Yeah.
people doing yoga in the park? And
Yeah.
yoga, you if you do yoga and meditation, that's even better. You see people meditating in the park and you're like, why are you sitting there like in the park where people are riding bikes and they're playing volleyball? Because none of that matters. Because
Yeah.
you've learned how to calm your own mind amidst any type of chaos, any type of busyness going on around you. And I think that's just another outlet
Mhm.
that you can, utilize. But if you get to that point, that's when you can go back to trying to revisit aligning your chakras. because
So yeah.
once your mind is clear, you
Mhm.
have control of it. And that's the important part. I'm going to say that again. Once your mind is clear, you have control of it. Because when it's not clear, any little thought gets in.
Yeah.
That's how fear interrupts us. That's how worry interrupts us. We're having a
Yeah.
great day, and then all of a sudden, you're like, what time is it? From the point that you realize you were late, your
Yep.
brain is going to let in any other thing
Yep.
that's disruptive because now you've just been like, this is where I'm at.
Mhm.
So everything comes in. That's just like,
And
I'm
that
trying to break it down so simple in a way
yeah.
that someone that's never meditated, never tried any type of methods to calm their minds or their bodies in that way, because it works both ways. Once your mind is calm, everything else will fall in line.
So I used to so I had like what I had to do in the beginning, like when I did start meditating, was do like guided meditation because that
Yeah,
would help
that's
me
I
get
did that
there.
too.
Yeah, and it would help me like envision the birds or whatever. And I do like that. That one was fine with me. And then I found some really good ones on YouTube. Like what was her name? Positive Magazine or something like that. Oh, I loved hers. Hers was just like, you know, you're on, like you said, a beach or the rainforest or something. So it was very relaxing for me. And with anxiety, of course, worry is everywhere for me. So I wasn't on any medication at the time. So I knew that I had to do something,
Hmm.
and it did work. I'm not going to lie. That part did work, and I don't mind that one. It really just depends on the the actual thumbnail on the
Hmm.
YouTube. We're not doing anything that looks like devil horns, devil spawn, devil not.
No,
Okay, I'm not
no,
doing
it's
those.
not
But
that. It's
oh no, because that is not gonna work for
no
me. But
sorcery.
I don't. And the thing is, and this is so crazy that we even go in here, but let me tell you this real quick. I found because so my grandmother's mother's side of family are Cherokee Indian, 100% Cherokee Indian, and her dad's side is white and black. So I went to look for them because she's not here anymore, and
Hmm.
we have this um, generational curse of not talking to one another kind of thing in the family. That
Hmm.
we don't really, yeah. And I'm like, I'm done with that. So I wanted to find them, so I found them. And when I found the Cherokee side of the family, the stuff I was hearing, I was like,
Yeah.
that's
So
it.
ancestrally,
That's
your
it.
ancestors are amazing.
Yes, right here.
Now,
Yeah,
they
but
also are protective. And you have to trust that they've been doing this. Okay, here's a good example. Nope, nope.
nope.
You're going to embrace this because it's going to make sense. Here's a perfect good
Okay.
example. Medicine men, right?
Yeah.
Herbal healers.
I love herbal.
Hmm. And that's where that comes from. So, with anything, if I'm making you a stew and you
Yep.
love my stew and it's great and you eat my stew, and then
hmm
one day you make me angry, and I know that if I put arsenic in the stew, it's going to make you sick. It's the
hmm
same thing when it comes to these type of practices. People take something good, they put
Yes.
something bad in it, and it gives it a bad name. So,
Yes.
ancestrally, n- Native Americans,
hmm
indigenous people, I'd rather,
hmm
believed that when you passed away, you became one with the soil.
Yes.
So,
hmm
therefore, soil is sacred,
hmm
right? So, what happens is, them people moved into the neighborhood and they built a house on the soil.
Yeah.
And when the assessor said, "Oh, I think this used to be a burial ground," they say, "Oh, we don't care. Are there bodies here?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're so far down in the ground, it's not even going to matter."
So
And
horrible.
they build their house over this
Yep.
sacred
Yep.
burial ground, right? Because
Yep.
people think it's just like our cemeteries. It's not.
hmm
There's
Mm.
no stones, there's no
Oh, right.
nothing. It is
Right.
a
Right.
sacred burial ground, though,
Yeah.
that indigenous people have left behind.
Hmm.
never to be touched by man. And there's
And it's
always,
messed with. Yep.
if you look back to the days when there were, a mythology of gods and the sun god and the water, they would be the equivalent of that in passing, because all that energy that was saved up and it was good and it went into that soil for peace, just peace, is disrupted by
Hmm.
something negative. And now they have to either make the stew regular or add a little
Hmm.
something in it because y'all got to go. So when you have this lineage, hmm, you highly likely that you're a little sensitive and you gotta embrace it, mama. Got to
Well,
being scared. Because the things
when
that you can do to control
yeah,
the energy around you would impact your life like
my life
greatly.
forever.
Hmm.
So when I
Imagine
see
this. Look at me. Mira. Imagine this is a remote and you hear one request you don't want to boop and you just see people in the house like
yep,
because they
just
can't.
quiet.
You don't want any of that? Not a little bit? You don't you don't want to be able to stand in
Look,
front of somebody and be like, "What you say? Say it again."
right.
And they can't?
Say it again. You can't
You
even
don't want
talk.
any of that. Yeah,
Mm.
right.
Let me tell you. So when I talked to one of the cousins, okay, she's an older lady, and on my grandmother's mom's side, and she said she was, she was trying to find more. I just want more information. I want more information. And she said, Michael, let me tell you something. When I tell you I kept asking for more and the ancestors showed up, I said, no, 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 mm-mm, nope, I'm done. She's like, no, I'm telling you, they're so aggressive. Like they kept giving me more information, more pictures. I was finding more and more and more,
But
and they
that's
just wouldn't leave
excitement.
me
They
alone.
keep coming. They
No,
keep
I
coming. If you
don't want them to come. I don't want to see you at all. Okay, I love my grandmother. I miss her every day of my life. But if she walked up in here right now, we're gonna have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. No, I don't want to see you. And the problem is, I do see you, and I don't want to see you. That's the problem. It doesn't matter what I want. Do you understand? It doesn't
yeah.
matter. It never mattered. But if I keep messing with it, I'm gonna see more people.
No, think
I'm
of
gonna
it
see
the other
more.
way around. If you control it, it can't interrupt you.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess
Think
just
of it
going
that way.
low.
I don't care when I'm around
Mm.
you. I'm bringing rose petals
No,
and
you're
water.
not.
I don't know. I'm going to look up something and I'm going to look up what can I do to steal her energy to create the make the light go on. That's it. That's it. I don't care what you're talking about.
Water. I'm so sick of you. I'm not dealing with you today.
Pew pew.
Rose petals and water. You would have the whole light. You would. It would be
I was trying to
daytime
give you
all
the
day.
good, like the nice positive version of some type of elixir that I was gonna make after I snatch a piece of your hair off or something. I don't know, but it's gonna be something positive, and, and you can be a willing participant or not. But if I'm able to go pew pew off of you, then why would you still be afraid, Mama? That's all I'm saying.
You know what? I just
That's
think
it.
that I don't know. I just think that like I said, ever since, growing up and stuff like that, people think you crazy. People think, and I don't, that's why I tell everybody. Obviously, we're on the freaking internet right now, but who cares? Because I'm grown now. But, yeah, they're just like, oh, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. And you're like, no, I'm not. But you're crazy. You're crazy because you're not
Right.
listening to what I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you something because I've
Right.
already seen this and I'm trying to
Yeah.
help you. And so many people did not, like, rejected me. So many, I'm talking about even now rejection. Oh, and then when it happens, you want to look at me crazy. I tried to help you, and I feel like
Yeah.
what the issue is that also being raised in the church. Okay, so I have that too. So I have the ancestral part of the whole, just it's in my blood kind of thing, and then I have the Christian part of me, and I felt like I just had to figure out what's going on because I just felt so like because in Pentecostal church, which is why I'm not Pentecostal anymore, they would like, "Ugh, what? Say this at church. Say this at church if you want to. You got exorcism, all kinds of stuff about to happen to you. Okay, what, what, and the but what bothers me is the fact that in the Bible, to be if you want to go there, this stuff God gives certain people these type of gifts. So if you
Yeah.
hear right, which is weird to me that you would hear this, you are the literally the mother of the church with the hat, everything, and you would hear this and not say, "Oh, well, God is that you, God, gifted you." Instead, you'd be like, "Oh God, she's doing something wicked." Like, how do you read this this holy book and not comprehend
But okay,
what it's
understand
saying?
this then. Because if people know historically, the only time they've experienced this is from oppressed people.
That's
So,
true.
like, you could take a religion, which voodoo is a whole religion.
It is. It
However,
is.
if you understand how it was made so negative, it takes the scary part away. It's like any other religion. Like, people can look in the Bible and they can also say, well, I want his fallen angel to come to me. I'm not in here
Right.
reading about Jesus and his people right now. I want the fallen angel. Where you at? Come see me. You wreaking havoc. You doing all sorts of stuff. You making people rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can. It's like you can do it both ways. But with something like say like a voodoo that is was a regular normal religion, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Whether people danced during their religious ceremonies or not.
Right.
Did it look weird to them people when they showed up? Absolutely. Did those people want to impose Catholicism on them? Absolutely. So the only way to take a religion from people is to turn them against it.
Okay. That makes
But
sense.
understand this, with every religion, you have the positive and you have the negative energy. Now, if
Yeah.
someone's able to sit there at a pulpit every Sunday and have a sermon, they're pulling from that positive energy. Now, if somebody chooses to read words backwards and put a chicken foot in a, you know, in a vat of
Yeah.
hot oil, that's what
Yeah.
they're choosing to do with that energy. So what I'm saying is when you have the ability to be down the middle, because you can go either way with it, you choose the direction you want to go. Because African spirituality is part voodoo and it's scary to
It
people,
is.
and it shouldn't be because if
It
your
is.
ancestors came from Africa, right? Because a lot of us don't know what ports our people were dropped off in. So we don't even know if we came from Africa. What part were we? Egyptian Africans? You know?
Right. You know. Yeah. Mhm.
What language did we speak? So you don't know any of that, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But the ancestors still have rituals and customs based on their religions. So,
Yeah.
like for me with African spirituality, I always just is always an offering.
Mhm.
You never come empty handed. So it's almost
Mhm.
like the same. Americans tend to pray empty
Mhm.
handed. You close your hands because they're empty. Dear Father God, dear baby Jesus in the manger. Ricky Bobby
Mhm.
said that. Um, and
Who's Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you ain't your last. You never saw Talladega Nights?
What?
Okay,
No.
so since you didn't see it, Ricky Bobby is this amazing scholar.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna call him. He's an amazing scholar. But
Is he
no,
really a scholar, or
no,
is he
he's
just
not.
like?
No,
Okay, yes, I know when you're
he's like
being
a washed up
sarcastic.
race car driver, and
Oh,
yeah,
I should
and
have
when
known.
he prayed to all the Jesuses. He prayed to God, Jesus, baby Jesus in the manger, right? That part. But what I'm saying is, so
Oh,
when you're
which
praying,
one?
you're choosing to harness that in one way. So if you look at it like meditation being the same thing, you're gonna calm your mind.
Mhm.
You're giving God your full attention,
Mhm.
right? Wait, hold on.
He's saying that to you.
Okay, I'm back.
He's saying that to you.
He's so stupid. Anyway,
That's so
so
funny.
all this time, all this time, I was like, I'm good. It's in the room, no distractions. Yeah, here we
Hey,
go.
girl, it's life. Life is life. Girl, my
Yeah.
kids are coming here in a minute, so I just know it. I'm looking at the time like, yeah.
That's
Go ahead.
funny.
Sorry.
But if we could figure out a way, and I think when we go to the gym, right? We can go to the gym and we figure out what breathing works best, right?
I
Practice
ain't
your
doing
breathing.
no rumna, nothing. I'm not rumming. I'm not reminiscing.
Okay,
I'm not doing any of
so
that.
I'm gonna meet you where you want to be met. Then, if you're not gonna do like, and you don't have to do like a chant. You don't have to do a you can literally bring an affirmation. So, just for example, you could be like, I'm bad, 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 I'm bad.
I did that this
Whatever it
morning.
is,
I'm not gonna lie. I did that this morning because
see,
I had to get my mind right this morning. Like I could
yeah,
do this. I
every
could do
now
this.
and
I
then
could
you
do this.
just gotta boss up on yourself and be like,
Yeah.
you know who you are. So if
Yeah.
that's the mantra for the day, like whatever, just
Yeah.
repeat that in your head until you're at a place where you're literally, it's just the thoughts are there. The thoughts are there and they're just circulating in your head and it's so calming and it's quiet amidst whatever's going on around you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, I think so, where we like guided meditation, self meditate, whatever. You know what works too? When you need to just give back to yourself and just decompress and take a nice self care moment is just water. Use the elements. You know what I
Like
mean?
the
Because it
sound, or you mean drink it? You mean drink it or
both,
listen? 'Cause I love to
both.
hear it.
Be in
Hearing
it,
it, like yeah,
be in it, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Um, or listen to it. And unfortunately, for us, the sound of water means when you're a mom, who's in there? Because if you didn't start the bath times, you're like, who's playing in the water?
Yes.
Or you're doing dishes, you're rinsing them, putting them in the
Yes.
dishwasher. You're doing laundry. So our
Mhm.
brains, as women, sometimes we
That's
don't think
true.
realize subconsciously we don't think of water as that escape unless it's attached to a beach
Yeah.
or an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, baths are allowed, and even those are weird because it could be interrupted by two
Kids.
feet and
Yeah.
busyness. Right, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, for me, yeah, I don't even. I tried to read a book. I was like, let me just take it back to back in the day. Like, I'm an adult, so I
Yeah.
shower, and I know that other adults take baths, but I don't. So
I
I'm like,
shower.
I'm gonna
I don't have
actually
time.
get the bubbles. I'm gonna get the candles, and I'm
Mhm.
going to pull out. I have Joyce Meyer's book,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? Battlefield of the Mind.
Hold on.
Read it, read it
Point. Hold on.
years
Pause.
ago.
Pause. I have a question with that because I don't want to forget. I
Hmm.
have that book too. Just really quickly. So I remember you put me on to Joyce Myers.
Hmm.
Remember, I didn't know anything about Joyce Myers. What about Joyce do you like so much? Do you still listen to her or like
Yeah,
her or
like I'll
whatever?
catch her in the morning, and you know I don't
Yeah,
I don't practice religion like that.
yeah,
But
that's what
a
I'm
good
saying. So
message is a good
what is
message. So what I
okay?
like about her is one, she's relatable.
Mm, yes, you.
She's not fancy
Okay.
at all. Um, her humble beginnings are something that you can actually see. Like
Yeah,
she just has an interesting life. It and how she puts the word to people is so, it's in English. It's pretty basic and she's funny. She could be a
she is.
comedian. She literally is like to me that cool lady
Aunt.
that you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
silly.
the
She's
cool
not gonna
lady.
hold it back. She's gonna tell you what it is when it is. But it's just the way she delivers it.
Okay.
And she literally can map out the steps that if you are religious and you want to implement God or whatever your belief in it, you can implement it her into her teachings so easily. And if
Yeah.
you're not a religious person, you can still read that book and say, okay, you can improve your life. It still works. It's no different than like for people that are in recovery and they go
Mhm.
to what's called the rooms where they would actually go to meetings and stay sober. They're sober meetings
Yeah.
and they have a chant that they say sometimes in closing, and everybody would like lock hands. And
Hmm.
I found that very interesting. So, how do I know this? No, I wasn't an addict, but for those watching, if you are and you're sober, rock on with your socks on. Stay focused, you got it. But
Yeah.
I was someone I cared about was an addict. So I started going to the Al-Anon meetings, which are the meetings for the family members and those affected by the actions
Oh,
of the
okay.
addict in their life,
Yeah.
right? So
Hmm.
that's where I was able to sneak and hear the mantra, but they give them a 12 steps book, and it just like I apply a good message is a good message. Like I still
Okay.
have a 12-step book. Why? Because the 12
Mm.
steps are pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
they have they that's for them. You wouldn't know about those 12 steps unless you were an addict or a recovering addict or you've been to these meetings.
Right.
So it's just like it's just a cool message. So you don't have to have a side. You don't have to say, "Well, I'm no drug addict," to respect the
Right. Right.
and Joyce is one of those people that regardless of what religion, you're not right or wrong. She's like, just believe in something and stand on it and live your best
Okay.
life. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's why anytime people are like, oh, are you religious? I'm like, no, but I do like Joyce Meyer. I like her. And
I like. She's cool. I haven't
yeah,
listened to her in a long time. I
her
haven't
and
listened to anyone,
Deepak
but
Chopra, of course, love what he talks about.
hmm,
Um, and those are two different ends. So one's a spiritual realm, and the other one
yeah.
is religious, solely,
Hmm.
religious focus. But it's still pretty cool.
Well, I understand about the water because I seen like this thing, and I didn't even know you can do this, but it's like a meditation shower, and it's just so relaxing when you get in the shower, and you can have like I always put music on, like soft music. I like my jazz and stuff,
Does
but
it
I
have
like
anything to do with the shower head? No.
no,
Okay.
no. Wow, I don't even know where you going. I have no idea where your
I
brain just
just didn't
went.
know if it was known by something else because I've been like, I've done, but I don't know. We're not talking about the same thing. Carry on.
I don't even want to know. I don't know what you talking about, but no.
No, you can change the shower head to massage your back, silly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Sure.
but anyway, go
Yeah.
ahead.
That's right. Um. So you basically, or it could be silent, but you're washing. It's like you're washing off the day,
Uh-huh.
like especially if you had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? I do that a lot, man. I got to get this off, like this whatever, this frustration or whatever it is, or whatever happened today that pissed me off, or whatever, tiredness or sadness or whatever. I have to wash it off. So basically, I didn't know that's what it was called. I
But
do that forever.
if you do that while you're doing that and repeating whatever it is that you need to calm or free, um,
Okay.
it all
Okay.
goes together. That's like when you have you done sage in the house?
So I was doing that at one point in time. The same time. Mm-mm.
Oh
Nope.
Lord, who told you it was gonna be Dungeons and Dragons if you put lit sage in your house now? What happened?
So Dungeons and Dragons. So what had happened was, okay, so I grew up Catholic. Okay.
Hmm.
So I seen it. They do that when they're coming up and down the aisle and stuff like that in
Oh
the
yeah, they're
Catholic.
like they have the little tinky thing
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
they
Mm-hmm.
shake it
Yep.
and that's what's in there.
Yeah. Something similar to that. So I'm thinking
I
that's
heard it
all
was like
good.
Bubba Kush incense, but go ahead.
Well, you know what I mean. So it's like it's the whole act of it. So I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. But I have a lot of friends who are I would say they're more religious than I am. I'm not saying I see religion is weird to me because it's like don't I just want to know what the Bible says. If I am in tune with God, okay, and the Lord, I don't want this extra stuff that you can't wear lipstick, you can't wear pants, you can't wear the stuff that I grew up hearing. Okay, I've heard that a lot. I used to get really like in church, like you came in here with pants on. I'm like, well, I'm here though. I'm here.
I'm
Is that the
here.
point? Like the point is that you're here. So what the
Right.
the issue is? is a lot of the religious stuff. People, they add on to it. The churches add on to certain things, and they push people away because you're adding on to stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what the Bible's saying. Has nothing to
Right.
do with it, right? So that's where I get. But I do know that one of my friends was talking to me, and I was just like, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. I just and then I'll tell you later.
No, okay, so the purpose and the symbolism for the sage is literally to just remove negative energy.
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
And you're gonna light it, and you're going to go in front of every window and every door, and you're gonna take that smoke and you're gonna push it out that window or that door, because that is where the energy you want it to go. You want all
Hmm.
negativity to go, right? It's no different. It's just using something.
Yes.
And some people say stuff while they do it. That creeps people out though, because they start being weird. Like, what are you reciting as you walk through the house with the sage? Whatever. People do calming mantras and things like that, as well
My
as
grandma used to open the
energy mantras. There's so many different mantras for everything.
my grandma used to open the window and open the doors and just
Yeah.
say, "Get out." Like she would just tell the energy, "Get out my
Yeah.
house." Like
Get
she would
out.
literally just say that.
But see, that's the
Yeah.
level of control that you're afraid of.
No, I do. See, I will do that because I have to do certain things anyway. Because I'm telling you, it's a whole thing. Okay, like just my everyday. I can't explain it, but I have to. So I have to do certain things. Like that's fine. But yeah, it's just certain things that I'm just like, I don't want to get into
You don't want to open up a door that you feel you
anything.
can't close. But that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to realize, that once you control it, um, or at least become more aware of it, and mindful in how you perceive it. Start there. Just begin to
Mm-hmm.
perceive it as differently.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna perceive it in a positive way, because when I
Hmm.
think of this conversation, I'm always gonna think about pew pew.
You
I'm
are,
pew pew.
and I can
So
hear it.
that's
Literally
a
hear it in my
positive
head.
thing for me, right? So I
Not for
can look
everybody else, but
forward,
for you. Yes.
right? No, I'm on your body when I see you, because I feel like we're gonna figure this out, and I'm
No,
gonna get
you're not
a
gonna.
light flicker
First of
up out of
all,
you.
listen, guys. If I end up missing, this is the one you need to come look for. What? Yeah, right
You
here.
know why? Because she's so damn scary. She's
I
gonna be
am
in a portal somewhere and can't get out because she done panicked. That's where you're gonna be.
because I can't do it. I can't. I don't want to be. I don't. I don't see nothing I've seen before. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the doors. The doors. No, I'm good with the doors. But however, I do have to because, like I said, and I think that's why. I think a lot of people that suffer from like anxiety and different things like that. People, other people that never dealt with depression or anxiety or something like that, they always look down on people who do suffer from that. But
Yeah,
I
they don't
honestly
understand it a lot of times.
no, but I honestly think that the people that suffer from it are empaths because like they just don't know it because you can feel other people's energy. I can feel it, and it's
Hmm.
sometimes it's not me. That's
Hmm.
I'm not stressed about
Well, you know
anything.
what's important, and I think anyone in this field would tell you this. You just need to learn how to block it. You don't
Yes.
need to learn how to use it, but once you open your mind up enough to want to learn how to block it, that's where the control starts. Because even if you don't want to like use it, but you definitely don't want it to come into your space. You need your energy always protected, and that's what we're gonna figure out at the gym, Missy.
No.
Hmm.
Mm.
During a
And you know
spa
what
day
else?
with hot
Oh God,
rocks on
no!
your back,
I'm not dealing with her.
we're gonna
No.
recite something very positive,
Nope.
and our world is gonna be like an emoji. As we lay on the table, those little hearts are gonna come up from us
Oh God,
like
here she go
emoji.
with the emojis, and
I'm
my
just
eyes are
saying,
gonna turn into hearts too.
if you want them to,
They're gonna turn into hearts,
it's
red
all in your
ones.
own head.
But so I will tell you this. So I love to research things, and sometimes I think I go down this rabbit hole. and I can't get out sometimes because I just research and keep going and going and going. But I will say, and I will tell people that it does speak about this in the Bible, but they're not called empaths. They're called burden barriers. It's the same thing. It's just a different
Yes,
word.
because you can absorb other people's energy. So if the woman
Yes,
standing next to you at Walmart is
yes,
sad and upset, you then become sad and upset and don't know
yes,
why. If the person
exactly.
next to you is
Yes,
anxious, you
yes,
then become anxious. What happens is, and you don't realize it or you do,
yep,
but most of the time you find yourself drawn to that person.
yep,
You're either going to look at them, you're going to ask them if they're okay,
yep,
because you're going to
all the
notice
time.
because you've
Yep,
already felt it. Now you like,
yep,
and then you begin helping. So
yep.
yeah, they are the burden. What are they called? Like literally, because
Literally,
if you
it's
don't control it, you're gonna
yeah,
constantly be bombarded by other people's energy.
exactly. It's a burden barrier, and this is what it. And I looked into it, and it basically says that there's certain people God has gifted to burden other people, carry other people's burdens, but it's not to keep. So when
Right.
you feel it, you are like, I guess those people are like, okay, so if this is God and this is that person that's feeling it, you are interceding. So God brings you right here so that you can feel that
Mm-hmm.
person, but you go to Him. So because that person can't go to God for whatever reason, maybe they don't believe in
Right.
Him, maybe they don't, whatever. And then you're praying, you pray for them. God, please, relieve this stress off of them. And this is the point that Christians don't understand. You're supposed to give it back. You're supposed to say, okay, God, now you can take it from me. I don't want it anymore. And release yourself. The problem is with whether you're looking at it in a spiritual way, like biblical way, or you're looking at it in a spiritual way, you're not supposed to keep it. It's not supposed to stay. You're supposed to give it. All
Mm-hmm.
right, I did what I had to do. You can take this now. I'm good. I don't want it. Because what happens is we keep it. We don't know this. We keep it, and then it starts messing with us. It's
Mm-hmm.
that it's too heavy. And that's so basically it's the same thing. It's just in the world, if you want to say world, it's called empath, and in the Bible, it's called burden
Mm-hmm.
barrier. And
Right.
it
So
is
you see
deep.
how something that's positive
Yeah.
can be turned around to something negative. You just have to figure out what part you want to control, and then that
What
you
part you
you're
yep.
gonna have to figure it out, or how you can safely block
Safety. Yes.
things
Safe.
from interrupting your energy.
Exactly.
Because if you
And
ever
it
watch like those paranormal shows, I hate to say the word paranormal because it literally
makes you look like
minimizes
an
what people have gone through, whether
old
people believe
person
it or not.
with cats. Like you just have a whole bunch of cats and you're just crazy. That's what it sounds like. But I know what you're saying. Hmm.
But like, there's such a, like people don't have to believe it. If someone says that that's what they saw, then how can we negate that they
I
just
believe
believed?
every
I do
one of
too.
them.
I don't have
Every one
time.
of
I don't
them.
care if a 2-year old is like talking to a wall going, "Hi, I'm your friend." I'm gonna be like, deuces.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
out.
about to
See you
be,
later.
I'm gone.
See you later. But kids can see
Gone.
things like that because kids are innocent.
They are. And you
Animals
know
can
why?
see it.
Because they don't block their minds because they let things freely flow through. So they
Yeah.
are open to hearing or seeing and feeling things that we might not, especially seeing things that we don't,
Yeah.
because they're
I, I
curious
never
and they're open.
I never minimize my children if they like I know one that actually is very much like me already.
Hmm.
And I never minimize him. Well, actually, two of them. I never minimize what they're saying because I
Yeah,
know that when I was their
it's
age,
real. It's real for
it's
them.
it's
Hmm.
real, right? And I know that my only person that believed me was my grandmother because she also was gifted. No one else
So that's
believed
how
me.
you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it not for you. You're gonna do it for the kids.
Do what?
Gotcha, bet.
Do what? I'm not chanting nada. I'm
No,
not
you're
doing
gonna
it.
have to teach them how to protect themselves
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. That I do,
That's what I'm
and I
talking about.
do.
To
Oh
just
yeah, definitely.
figuring out a way
Because
to,
you have to. You'll
it's
go
all part of
crazy.
your self-care though, especially
Yes.
when you, if you suffer from anxiety or anything like that. It is super important
Yeah.
for you to be able to calm your thoughts.
You have to. You will go crazy.
Hmm.
You will literally go insane. You will,
Yeah.
and it's no joke. But yeah, that's.
The other
Some
part
that's
to self-care before we go away, the other part to
mhm,
self-care, I think, is if you do have a partner and you're in a healthy relationship, have more sex, literally, because you're going to, not only are you going to work your cardio, you're working
mhm,
muscles physically, you're shooting endorphins up through your brain, you're
that's
euphoric, you're
true.
happy,
Mhm.
orgasms are a release. So there's so many benefits to if you are in a happy, healthy relationship. Um,
Yeah.
and if you're not, and if you're in a situationship,
Yeah.
be safe and
Yeah.
enjoy, do what you do, but like all of it, it all applies. It's simple. But I think like those points really sum up self-care. Just stopping in your day. Got to get
Yeah.
plenty of sleep, which is hard.
Got it. Yeah, you got to get
But when
sleep.
you figure out your body's rhythm with the gym,
Yeah.
that's a good way. That's a good way.
Yeah.
Once you figure out your body's rhythm with the gym, and then get your eating cycle straight, that's the other way
Mhm.
to just really take care of yourself. Is a routine. So your body
Yeah.
can expect what it expects and look forward to it. Just like our
Exactly.
stomachs get hungry and growl when we don't eat. Our bodies are going to
Exactly.
say, okay, it's time for you to go to sleep now. And just because you started working out heavy, yeah, it's going to hit you hard at first, but then it won't be as you won't be as
As
sleepy.
bad.
You'll be
Yeah.
relaxed over time,
Yeah.
but it won't make you sleepy per se.
And
You
I
know.
think self care, people have to understand self care is more than just having doing your face and
But
that's
for me,
that is
shopping is
perfect.
therapeutic.
It's
Shopping's
very yeah,
therapeutic. I'm not
it
gonna
is.
lie. When I mean, it was the last time I went to a mall, but like if you just go to Lenox Mall and you walk out, no, it was the Chanel
Don't
store.
don't go to
It
Lennox
was
Mall
it
right
no,
now.
it was yeah, no, I prefer
Just
not to be
wait.
robbed in the daytime. So,
Yeah, just wait. Yeah.
um, yeah, I go out like Johns Creek. Um,
Yeah.
and the Chanel store, it's
Hmm.
something about once the door opens, I think you
Hmm.
hear people say, "Welcome to heaven," but I'm not sure. It could just be me, but that's what I heard when I walked in the door. So
Wow,
I
what
know
an
for me,
experience.
yeah.
I want to
Well,
try it.
that and when I was at a Victoria's Secrets outlet
Hmm.
and they had two salespeople opening the doors as people came in, and he opened the door and he would do this and say, "Welcome. The clearance rack is full."
I'm there,
Even
honey.
better.
I'm
Even
there.
better, right?
Hmm. I'm all
So
there.
shopping for
Hmm.
some people is therapeutic. Um,
Very therapy. You know what shopping did for me one time? I was so depressed. I don't even know why what I was depressed about. I have no idea. But I know that just seeing, I'm visual, so just seeing all the, pretty clothes and whatever, it just
yeah,
made
just
me
seeing it.
feel better.
That's why I said as soon as you just hit
Yeah.
the threshold, you're like, but if
Yep.
you remember that moment and whatever it is about it that makes it euphoric for you in that moment,
Yeah.
that's what you need to keep. That's what you need to feel,
Yeah. Yeah.
control,
Yeah.
and allocate, so to speak,
Yep.
right? It's that feeling.
Yep.
Once you have it, now this is what you want. How do you recreate this in a healthy way
Yeah.
without spending $500, you
Right.
know?
And I remember, I know for me, like, it was this time in life, because I was into this meditation, and it was like, when did you, no, it wasn't meditation, it was a book. So I like to do workbooks too, about like self-care workbooks. I have great ones. And it was like, when in your life did you feel like this, the best feeling ever? And I felt like for me was when I was in still New York, but I had went to school for fashion, and I was going to school in Manhattan, and just getting off the train and the buildings. I'm a city girl to heart. I
Hmm.
was on Madison Avenue. I was just like,
It's just
oh,
fancy. It's a lovely, it's a
this
vibe.
is
It's a whole vibe.
a whole vibe. And I just felt so Sex in the City, so just, I'm a New Yorker, boo. Like, just all of that. I felt it. And so now when I get into, a space where I'm not feeling motivated, I think about that. And it does give me that same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And it makes me feel better. So that's definitely something that we should all practice, especially women. Like we have to find that time in our life when it was just about us. Once we become moms, wives, girlfriends,
Unselfishly,
whatever.
unapologetically.
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly.
And it wasn't a bad thing. That's
Right.
that that's where you gotta go mentally. When I mean I think every day, if we could practice to do that every day, just off of GP, and it's just like a just a natural thing you start doing for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
I think we can get out of any rut, like any mental and
Yeah.
emotional rut. You know what I mean? But we're so like programmed to not think about our past or just ourselves in general. It's disturbing to me because it's like just like what Kim K said. I was watching as soon as you sent it to me. I had just seen it, and
Mm-hmm.
you sent me the video, and I'm like, wow, she
Yeah.
is right. She's
Yeah.
right. What is selfish
And
about
it
that?
just goes to show that like it doesn't matter what you have. Self-care is
No,
self-care. You don't have to be rich. The things you can give yourself probably don't cost a dime. It's just your time. You have to make time for yourself
you have to.
to do what works for you until you
You
figure
have
it out.
to.
You got to play with this and play with that. Hell, you might, my friend decided to take up when I was telling you that we should do the pole
Yes,
the pole dancing.
yes,
Why? Because it's amazing cardio.
and
It
it's
doubles
fun.
over. The
Yeah,
hubby's gonna like it, you know?
yeah,
You come in there with your little heels on, and then it's gonna tighten everything up because you're using literally every muscle in your body. So
it
it's
is.
like that's not for everybody, you know?
And it's fun. It's
Right.
nothing wrong with just having fun. Like you can have fun. Stop get these labels off of everything. It's so many labels
Yeah.
everywhere. Everyone's so boring and so judgmental and just exhausting. I'm just like, shut up. Let's just have fun. Can we just have fun? Oh my God. I just wish I don't get a shirt that says just shut up. Just shut up.
Just
Please.
shut up.
Please. Like just shut up. Damn, everybody got something to say. So frustrated.
Really.
Damn social media. Oh, everybody got something to say because they can do it behind a keyboard or a phone. And
Yeah, I know.
shut up. But that's definitely something that you have to do. And I just want women, especially moms, to understand it's okay to take your time away from the kids. You need to plan your time away from your kids. Like literally every day. At this time to this time, I'm
And
out. And
not
that's
the
all you can
stolen
do.
time, right? Not the I came in the bathroom to pee and now I'm gonna
Right.
lock the door and
No.
bombard myself in here for
Right.
20 minutes because I
No.
just need a
Exactly.
break. Like that doesn't count because
No.
you never really calm yourself in that period of time because either you see a finger coming under the door
Yes.
and you're
Yep.
like,
Or
first
you
of
hear
all,
them.
right, they're talking to you. I remember when my daughter was younger, I remember hearing her lean up against the door and like slide down to sit and I was like, she's actually sitting there.
Yep.
Like nobody told me this, that they were
Yep.
gonna follow you everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes.
And as you start to eat something, there's gonna be a little mouth open too, like me too. Like
Me
everything
too.
you did with two. And then when you keep,
Or
you
four.
have children,
No.
right? Exactly, yeah.
Can you
F
imagine?
you.
Can
Mm-mm.
you imagine? I'm surprised I'm
Mm-mm.
not 20 pounds. I still, Isaiah, he's almost 18. He still takes my food. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why
And
can't
then
you
and
just
you
sit
like
down?
you ever just been eating food and then like you hear somebody sneeze and you know it was in close proximity to you, but you just figured it doesn't even matter anymore. It wasn't mine when I put it on my plate. It's cold. Um,
Just take it. Just take
like
it.
yeah.
Take it. Just take it. They still do that to me.
Uh,
Yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Like literally, you have to say. I used to have to say, look, I don't care what you're doing to my husband. I don't care what you're doing at 5 o'clock. From 5 to 6, I'm out. I'm gone. So I didn't know if I was going to the car just to sit there. Sometimes I would just sit there in the car, like just oh god,
just
hey,
quiet, right?
come you can give me out. What you about to do? Oh come on, it's just quiet. I would go to Walmart and walk around. Walmart was
Hmm.
the club for me. Okay, I would do that.
Right.
I mean, Just look at
Remember I
look
told
look
you that time when you go to Walmart and it was a stress
look
reliever because I needed.
look. Did you not
Who
see
is
him?
that?
You might as
Who
well
is
come
it?
on. Auntie see you now.
No.
He's saying he behind a chair, girl.
No, no.
Just guess. Look, told you.
Just
It's gonna happen.
busy.
It's gonna happen.
Busy.
Yes.
Hi, handsome.
Auntie said hi. Auntie Ross said hi. The
Oh,
Ziploc bags are in
Lord.
the pantry. It's okay. It's all right. It's cool. You good. Just
That's
close the
so
door.
cute. Too cute.
Mind you, Dad's downstairs. But
Right.
Mom, this is a Ziploc bag.
Right. You walk past them to get to you,
And Dad's down there. So
but he probably doesn't even know what
he don't
cabinet
know
they're
either.
in.
He don't
Yeah.
know either. Just
He might go to the garage like, yeah, they don't know. It's a
so
lot.
that's what I'm saying. I and another thing, moms, you have to take something off your plate. We have all this to do list. I realized that when I was younger, and I said, you know what, I'm not doing baths anymore. I will not. I refuse. You're doing baths. I'm done. And I stopped doing baths because I had to take control, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to do like like my mind was going crazy, and I'm like, okay, okay, what can I relieve? Oh, bath time. Got it. And I would get my book and read. And
Mm-hmm.
but you know what we also have to do? We have to ask for help too. So like if you are married or if you're single or whatever, you have to ask for help. Like say cleaning up or say baths. I do baths a certain way. Like I'm very anal with the baths with the kids. But I had to realize, okay, I have to let him do it. Let
Yeah,
him
in his
do it
own way, and you have to
in his
accept the
own
fact
way.
that the floor is gonna be like a pool spilled
It's
in
gonna be
it,
a pool.
and
Yeah.
all the towels, clean or dirty, might be in that water.
It's
Um,
gonna be in the water. The face
all
may
the
not be
soap and the
clean,
shampoo
and
is
I
gonna
gotta
be
go
in
get
the
their
tub
face.
some kind of reckless way. There's gonna be
Yes.
toothpaste all over the place. You just have to, but yeah, you just have to accept and be like, we're
Like
gonna.
I just had to accept the fact that I would have to go back and make sure the face was washed. Like the bodies were washed. But for some
Right.
reason people don't realize you gotta get their face too. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't and the ears. But you know what? At the end of the day, I had that was a part of me. I had to purposely say, Mecca, just just
Top cabinet. Yep. The corner, the top right.
you just did the same thing I did. You just did it but mhm.
You find it? No, you're on the wrong side of the kitchen. It's on the other side, babe. Over the microwave.
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I know. I know. I just
Do you ever think sometimes like, what house does he live in? Do we live in the same? How you don't know where stuff is and we live here?
nothing
That's
at
what's
all.
amazing about men.
And you know, it's not
Amazing.
too early. I've learned that with three boys, I know the disconnect. Like I could tell my daughter, Ariel, go get this, and
Right.
she'll go and find it. Them,
Yeah.
they surface look. It's
No, yeah,
surface.
they
It
do.
ain't here.
They'll
It
open
ain't
it.
here. Did you look under there? Did you
Did you
move
move
anything?
something out of the way? Yeah.
Then I go and I'm like, it's here. It's damn it, it's here, right here. If you would just
Right.
move
How could you
and
miss it?
from the husband to the littlest child, boy, child, they are the same. It's the same thing.
They
I
sur
promise
yeah,
you.
you're right. They surface surf. hmm That's it. We look because our somebody told us go get it and we're gonna come back with it. Not, oh no. But we
Did
gotta
you
wrap
look?
up, sis.
Yes, we do. This is amazing. This is so fun. You know, anytime we talk for hours anyway. But yes, let's wrap it up. And you want to do like a whole outro?
Yeah. So I would like to have outros that are just me.
Yeah, do
So,
it. Have fun.
in
Have
parting,
fun.
people, you know, two things: don't be a dick and be nice to people. Those are two
That
different
works for
things.
me.
You might think not being a dick is being nice. No, not being a dick is not being a dick. Okay, don't be a dick to anybody tomorrow. And then be nice.
Sounds good to me. You know, I love it. I love you, sis.
Love you too. Bye.
Call me tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.